Pregame.com.
Hey guys, I'm Marco D'Angelo. I'm joined by Stephen Nover. This is a fun little video that we do from time to time. It's called Rants of the Week. This is where we just get to have fun and just say what's on our minds and what's pissing us off. And Stephen, I'm going to go last because once I get started on my rant this week, Dustin's going to probably just pull the plug on me because I'll be able to go for hours because this one's personal. But go ahead, let's hear your rant of the week and then I'll take off.
Well, my rant of the week is personal too. I had Dallas last Sunday laying 3, and I had Green Bay laying 10. And Dallas pushed and Green Bay got backdoored. My rant of the week is NFL teams that don't pay attention to the point spread.
Maybe they did. Maybe they had the other side.
Well, then I'm calling the commissioner on that. Let's start with Green Bay. I mean, these guys, they play their C game. They don't play very well, yet they're so far superior to Carolina. They're covering the spread right at the end. They go up. All they got to do is stop Carolina one last time. And they let up, and Carolina gets a backdoor touchdown right at the end because Green Bay is just, they're not intense. And then Dallas, the guy catches like a 77-yard play reception there at the end in overtime, gets tackled on like about the 1 or 2 yard line. Dallas immediately kicks a field goal. My rant, Marco, is this is professional football. These guys know what the point spread is. I spent a lot of effort rooting, a lot of energy, and my efforts were not rewarded there. I thought I had the right side on these games. These guys have to pay attention to the point spread. They've got to keep this going. Now, for instance, with Dallas, okay, I know you don't want to jeopardize losing the game. I know Tony Romo could be an interception waiting to happen. I realize that they have to win the game. Hey, take 1 or 2 cracks from that 1 or 2 yard line, run the ball. If not, all right, kick your field goal, get your win, but at least try to cover the point spread. Players have to have that in the back of their mind. They owe it to the fans.
This is your rant, so I'm not going to, piss on your parade here, okay? But weren't you lucky to even be in overtime?
Dallas had the ball there.
I asked you a question.
Yes, I'm trying to answer. I'm trying to answer.
This was a yes or no question. Were you not lucky to even be in overtime?
I'm trying to answer. Some questions you can't just answer yes or no. Dallas had the ball at the end of regulation. They didn't even try to get a touchdown. They ended up being very conservative, and they were fortunate to kick a long field goal. So in that case, I can understand if you had the underdog +3 and the game goes into overtime. You can consider that a bit of a bad beat. But that's the way that one ended up, with that guy being tackled right near the goal line, and they just immediately kicked a field goal.
All right. Okay, it's your rant.
Okay, and by the way, I would not be so discourteous as to interrupt your rant. So, okay.
Well, see, I'm trying to be nice because I had San Francisco in the Hilton contest, and I think I had the right side.
Yeah.
But it's your rant, so,
I'm going to get enough feedback and hate mail saying, that's not their job to pay attention to the point spread, So
But I tell you, on a side note, there was 2 games Sunday in the Hilton contest, and, that was going to be my rant coming in, but what I'm going to rant about took the cake. But seriously, big swing for players in the Hilton contest because if people don't know, the Hilton contest, you have to use the lines that are Tuesday. So, I used Oakland Raiders and I used San Francisco. Now, San Francisco was 3 basically all week, so there was no difference there. But the Oakland game, when I bet it at the end of the week, when I put the game out, I won because Oakland was getting 4. But on Tuesday, when the lines come out, that line was 3, so I ended up with a push on Oakland, which I lost that game on the last, it was 4th down with 18 seconds left. But more importantly, those 2 pushes that I got were huge because both Buffalo and Dallas were 2 of the 5 heaviest played games in the Hilton contest. So that was a big swing, those final 2, the endings to those 2 games. It's only week 2 of the NFL, but at the end of the season, you know how tight that Hilton contest usually is. those two games really going to be the outcome to, who wins or loses because so many people were involved in it. There was over 100, there's 517 contestants. There was like over 120 people on both of those sides.
Yeah, it's an interesting strategy, Mark, and maybe you could do a video sometime on it on specific Hilton contest strategy where you maybe play contrarian to try to get yourself away from the field like that.
I mean, it wasn't a contrarian for me. I legitimately liked the other two sides a lot, but as it turned out, I did end up being contrarian, which my style of handicapping is going to put me, out there on an island by myself a lot of times, and I'm okay with that. I've done all right. My rant of the week, Howard Lederer. Right now, he's got to be the biggest you-know-what in the United States right now. With what's come out this week, Stephen, with the Department of Justice actually calling Full Tilt a Ponzi scheme, with the money that has disappeared out of the accounts and it's gone into Howard Lederer's pockets and Chris Ferguson. This is beyond just a crime, a white-collar crime. These guys should be punished, and they should be punished hard. And to do it, it's one thing to rip people. I mean, it's not a good thing to rip anybody off, but to rip people off you don't know, these guys took from their peers. They're the people that, they sit down and look across the table at. I used to think that Howard Lederer, when I would watch him on High Stakes Poker or Poker After Dark and these cash games and stuff, I used to think he was a little bit of a nit the way he played because he was ultra conservative, tight. You never saw him really running a big bluff, like Durr would do or something else. But you know what? He's the best bluffer of them all because he bluffed the entire poker community. He bluffed them right out of $440 million. It's, I've got money in Full Tilt. It's personal for me. I had money in Poker Stars. I got that out. Poker Stars paid everybody immediately. Full Tilt, unfortunately, that's where I had the majority of the money as it would go. I don't think anybody's going to see their money. It's gone. It's a bad situation. And if these guys don't go to jail and go to jail for a long time, there's something wrong. And as a poker player, not only does it, really piss me off that we got screwed out of money, this hurts the poker community once again. This is why we're having trouble getting poker legalized online. It's, because there's all of the good doers in the United States look on gambling down their nose at it, in that it's, it's shady, it's people that are, running scams and whatever, and all this does is aid in their defense.
Well, if there's a silver lining to this, Mark, if there's anything good that comes out of this, it has to spur on government intervention, government legalizing online poker. The government has no right at all to tell people what they can do with their disposable income. If they choose and they have the funds to use this to do whatever they want, to play poker online, who is the government to tell them they can't do it? And maybe this will show them, look, this needs to be regulated. Look at all this money out there. Does our government not need money? No. I mean, look at the money out there. It's a win-win situation for everybody. Maybe this will finally get the light across to them where they have to regulate this.
There is so much money that can be made from taxation of online poker. If you made it legal, opened it up, and had it taxed, it's money being left that could really help the United States economy.
But instead it goes to Chris Ferguson and Howard Lederer and these other crooks.
That's my rant of the week, and I don't think
good one.
And I don't think you're going to see Howard Lederer anytime soon in the United States. I don't think he could step foot in where he's at. He actually lives here in Vegas, so if I see him, it's not going to be, hi, how you doing? He's Stephen Nover. I'm Marco D'Angelo. This was our Rants of the Week segment. Hope you liked them. Hey, if you've got any Rants of the Weeks that you want to get off your chest, we'll have this video posted in the forums. Jump into the forums and tell us what your rant is, or go to the comment section at YouTube. Would love to hear them, and Stephen and myself will stop by and chat with you through the forums. Thanks for watching us this week. We'll be back next week. He's Stephen Nover. I'm Marco D'Angelo. Thanks for watching.